Mike Wolfe, a star of the television show American Pickers, is selling goods inside his antique shop in Nashville at astronomical rates. Some of the items he is selling include a cat food sign that costs $900 and socks that cost $18. Michael, who is 58 years old, is the proprietor of Antique Archaeology, which has storefronts in both LeClaire, Iowa, and Nashville, Tennessee. With the use of unique photographs taken inside the business in Nashville, Tennessee, the United States Sun has been able to show the expensive products. Mike is seen in one photograph selling Gone Pickin' socks for the price of $18. An other pricey item is an ancient sign for Purina Chow that is being sold for $900, and a sign for Pepsi-Cola that is being sold for $1,200. An antique Pepsi machine will result in a price tag of $2,200 for the client. In addition, there is a set of 1942 Ohio license plates that can be purchased for $100 and an early toy engine that can be purchased for $75. A very expensive prices. Customers have voiced their dissatisfaction with the high pricing that are offered at the Nashville shop. The following is a recent comment made by a client on Google Reviews. Nice location to visit. There is a lot to do and see. The prices are a little bit excessive. You will, however, be able to locate products that are not available anyplace else. Another person made the following observation. If you are interested in purchasing a piece, there is not a very large selection of items to choose from. Although there is a lot of merchandise from Antique Archaeology, prices are excessive for everything. In every respect, I'm a little bit dissatisfied, stated a third person. There is mostly merchandise for the event. There are relatively few products available for purchase, and they are incredibly pricey. Much too much merchandise. In a previous article, the United States Sun noted that Antique Archaeology in Iowa received criticism from clients in Iowa for selling mostly products rather than antiquities. Additionally, customers have voiced their dissatisfaction with the Nashville store's limited selection of memorabilia. The staff was friendly enough, but the majority of the merchandise, and there was just merchandise that advertised Antique Archaeology, one customer commented in a review on Google. Due to the fact that there were very few products in there that would be suitable for my requirements, I was wanting to view more of the objects that the guys had collected up from all over the nation in order to sell them and potentially make a buy. The only thing I saw was the overpriced merchandise that appeared to be advertising Antique Archaeology. The second person stated, "The location is so small, and only a small portion of the antiques that were gathered for the show are available for purchase or even in the store itself. Most of it is merely inexpensive mementos and souvenirs. A variety of things, such as pins, magnets, shot glasses, keychains, bumper stickers, shirts, caps, tote bags, mugs, glasses, thermometers, gloves, and more, are shown in the photographs that were acquired by the United States. The debut of the new season of American Pickers, which will include Mike, Robbie Wolfe, and Danielle Colby, will take place. The New Life of Frank. Favorite of the public located in Savannah, Illinois, Frank Fritz is the proprietor of a competitive antique business that goes by the name Frank Fritz Finds. After undergoing back surgery that left him with 185 stitches and 2 rods in his spine, Frank, who is 57 years old, made his last appearance on American Pickers during an episode that aired in March of 2020. He took this time off to recuperate from the procedure. During the interview that took place in 2021 with the United States Sun, Frank, who had been terminated from the program, disclosed his animosity with his co-star Mike. According to Frank, "I haven't spoken to Mike in the past 2 years. Despite the fact that he was aware that my back was infected, he did not contact me to inquire about how I was doing. But that is the way things are. Everything is stacked in his favor 100% of the time. For the sake of demonstrating how much, I can't even bend down that far." Okay, that's all right. The situation is similar to that of Aerosmith, with Steven Tyler serving as the band's frontman. In this case, I found my place on the show. I'm now in second place, just behind him. I don't have an issue with it, but it's possible that he does have a problem. In fact, he went so far as to state, I believe Mike is trying to get his brother Robbie in there to have me replaced. I am really perplexed as to why he is acting in such a manner towards me. In July of 2022, Frank had a stroke in the comfort of his home in Iowa. On August 18, Frank's close friends submitted a request for an immediate appointment of a temporary guardian and conservator for the celebrity, stating that the stroke had affected his ability to make decisions. Once more, friend is. The Quad City Times was informed by a friend that Frank and Mike came together for a bittersweet reunion during the course of Memorial Day weekend. It was not at all a quarrel between Mike and Frank, according to the friend who said it. They did not engage in a quarrel. They needed time apart in order to really appreciate one another. After 11 seasons of working 10-hour days, 7 days a week on the reality TV program, the buddies stated that the connection between the lifelong friends got tight to the point that it became strained. In the course of their long-awaited reunion, she reported to the press that both Mike and Frank were overcome with emotion. It was revealed by the buddy that both of them were sobbing. Mike said how anxious they were both about appearing on David Letterman, which was one of their first major appearances. Michael also mentioned how scared they were. Mike reminded his former co-star, Frank, that nobody can replace you, Frank, while also conceding that it was Frank's uniquely funny personality that contributed to the fact that they worked so well together over the 11 years that they spent producing the program. Following Frank's statement to the friend, I need to talk to Mike, the friend decided to phone the television personality on Mother's Day in order to take the necessary steps to make the necessary preparations. Mike really emphasized all of the good times they had before the show and during the show, the source said following the conclusion of the conversation. Mike did say he'd like Frank back on the show, but Frank is focused on his health.